Many of you are searching before traveling any traveling tips or sticking to your budget for traveling around the world. I have traveled to Seoul recently and I want to share with you some few tips that I have gained by traveling in Seoul. So we got up into very late and cold night. We reached around 12 a.m. So around that that time, there are very limited amount of transportations available in Incheon Airport. So at first we actually wanted to take subway, but because of their subway closes around 12 a.m. we couldn't manage to take it. We only knew it there. Our first scene starts when we were reaching the Incheon Airport and we were stuck. We didn't know where to book the taxi. We didn't have, our Uber app was not working there, and although some people suggested us installing Kakao Talk Taxi or something, that's how it's called. But we went over the counter and the only option that was available is a very expensive taxi, which falls under our zone. We were actually staying in the Mapo zone, so that cost us about above 70,000 won. So we decided to take a bus. The bus usually at night, it's a lot of people there and it's a big queue, so it costs us about 9,000 won per person. And the only station that actually they deliver people is two stations, in fact. One is the Gangnam station and the other one is the Seoul Central station or Seoul station. Actually, by every time people are choosing and the location where they will be staying, that's important fact to know what are the surroundings or what are the places of visits or any closer subways to the location. So I in fact didn't want to choose Taiwan because although when I looked in Airbnb, the prices were cheaper than any other zones. Itaewon was the cheapest, and why I don't suggest you to stay there, because when we went there, the only thing they have is halal food. Obviously, if you can find the halal food there, that's the place. If you are searching for halal food, that's the only place there. But despite of that, the streets are filled with rubbish and filled with all those small creepy places. I personally don't suggest you to stay there. I didn't want to stay there, although it was cheaper, but I heard even from my friend, and I actually confirmed it myself by traveling around there. And when I get on the airport, I actually got myself a SIM card. So usually what I was reading suggestion is about a Wi-Fi pickup, whereby you can book your own Wi-Fi router and pick it up in airport, but I have not done that. So basically, if I could have booked my own Wi-Fi router and pick it up in airport, I could have saved a lot of money. But because of that, I didn't have no internet. My SIM card roaming was not working there, so I had to buy a SIM card. Basically, it's like this. So I had to buy a SIM card. But why I suggest you to get not only the SIM card. Why I suggest you to get not only a SIM card, but also a T card built in, because this is not only a SIM card, but it's actually also a T money card. So you will be saving about 3,000 won for this card, and because T card separately costs about 3,000. So this one is my wife's. So we had to buy in any convenience store, in 7E or was that popular CU or something. We had to buy it for about 3,000. Yeah, So while for me, I got a SIM card for internet, unlimited internet for 10 days, which cost me much more than a Wi-Fi router that I could pick up. But well, it was about 40,000 wons, but the Wi-Fi router could have cost me about 25,000 or 20,000. But because it's on a rental basis, and then you need to have a reservation with them, so all the routers were reserved and fully booked. So guys, get Wi-Fi router before you travel arrangements there. The first thing to use the T card, first we top up about 30,000 won for each T card, and that's about 30,000 won. That's about roughly was enough for us for 10 days. And what I suggest you is, because you see navigations surprisingly navigation is very limited in South Korea, and I don't know why, for what reason, that my Waze or my Google Maps were not working there, or even Apple Maps were not working there. So we were struggling a bit finding our routes, and we had to install the Subway Korea app. So that app helped us to actually get through all the lines and determine all. So what Google Maps helped us is to find the exits. To the use of this T card is actually convenient, is because it has some sort of a discount or refunds for you. I didn't actually understand the full system, how it discounts or pre-takes the funds from your account when you go into any subway, but I understood that when I was using T card plus a bus, there was certain amount of discount. So I already shared the video about Gyeokbong Castle, and that's our first place where we have actually went. 3,000 won per person, but it's a free entry if you're wearing the hanbok, the traditional Korean wear. They have several type of hanbok rentals around that area. Korea, and there are several days and there are several plans that I'm planning to actually share with you. So stay tuned and make sure you subscribe to my channel and click in on the notification button.